Hello friends! Before we begin today's video, I just want to say a quick thank you to all of these lovely patrons who have kindly donated to the channel. If you wish to join these names, and of course are financially able to do so, I would be hugely grateful if you would donate to my Patreon. The link is in the description below, and the more of you that are willing to donate and support the channel, the bigger this can get and the better it can get, and all of that stuff. Yep, so that's me shilling for that. Let's get on with today's video. Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Ferret's First. My name is Bob the Pet Ferret. This is my first time playing this game and we are playing Ni No Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, which I've wanted to play for a while because I enjoyed the first Ni No Kuni. It was a very good game, and that was mostly because of the fairies in Ni No Kuni, who were all incredibly Welsh, and that was one of the best things about the game. We need more games that do stuff like that. I do remember enjoying the first one a lot. It was like a really cool mix of level 5 RPG stuff. Not that I've played a lot of level 5 RPGs. In fact, I think I've only played Dark Cloud and its sequel. And Ghibli, because Ghibli were doing a lot of the artwork. I believe Ghibli were not involved in the sequel, sadly. It's a shame, because, you know, they kind of helped sort of shape the look of it. But their name is not attached to the sequel at all, unfortunately. But I finally got around to actually getting this game, and I'm going to play this game and see what I think of it, and hope that it's very good. And the main thing I'm going to be hoping for is that we're going to get more Welsh fairies, because that was the best thing. So let's get this started, I think. America! America doesn't have kings. Come on now. That was the whole point of the Revolutionary War. Cities, industry, commerce.
We'll be arriving shortly, Mr. President.
What in the world?
Okay, this was not what I was expecting from my cutesy fantasy RPG. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, sure. So the president has been murdered, kidnapped, disintegrated, something. Not exactly where I expected this story to start. Huh. Well.
Chapter 1. The Fall of the House of Tildrum.
Because what I just saw fits that description.
What was that?
It's a tiny cat-eared child who is on the box, so therefore our protagonist.
What happened?
I'm Evan Petty Whisker Tildrum, King of Ding Dong Dell. Who are you?
Never mind who. The question is where. Huh? Well, now. Would you look at that?
Stay where you are! Wait!
Is he the president? Okay. I was on my way to the summit. So this has to be a dream. That or I'm... Intruder, somebody arrest this man. Where is everyone? Nella, where are you? Oh, she must be preparing for the ceremony. Sorry, but I'm really not in the mood to play little guy. Because I remember one thing I do remember about the first Ni No Kuni, it looks like this is following that rule, is that people from our world all have American accents and people from their world all have British accents, hence why all the fairies were Welsh. But anyway, so I'm going to try and bear that in mind when reading this dialogue. How dare you speak to me like that? I told you I am a king. Yeah. Sure you are. Hey, can I ask you something? My American accents aren't very good. Am I dead?
What?
What? If you're not now, you will be soon. Because that was an explosion. Is this your doing? Alright, forget about where you are for now. Let's just suppose for a second what that kid said is true. So you're the king. Oh, so you're the king around here, huh? Yes, how many times do I have to tell you? You'll notice it's easier for me to do one of these voices. Alright, Your Majesty, I'm going to take a look around. Could you be a good boy and wait here for me? Thank you. Oh, I'm playing the president.
You will go no further. Guards! Seize him!
These guards are legally distinct from anything from the Walt Disney Corporation.
That noise! In there! That'll teach me to get trigger happy. They're not here to protect you. Get back.
He has a gun. Why aren't we still using the gun? That would have been great. just enter this medieval fantasy world. Well, I have a gun. We can do about it. Anyway, close range attacks divided into two types: square and triangle for light and heavy. That's not unusual. Amount of damage inflicted will be dictated by a number, by a combination of the attacking. You know how this works. That's the one. Fairly standard. I'm trying to remember what the battle system was like in the original Ni No Kuni. I think it was semi-real time. It's one of those sort of real-time battle systems that's got like menus everywhere. You kind of have to balance everything at once. Don't come any closer. Somebody arrest this man. Don't let him get away. Open your eyes. No one's coming. Nobody good at any rate. Looks to me like we both need to get out of here.
What?
Hey.
Can you see? It's a coup.
What?
It is a coup. See, it looks really intimidating until you get to the Mickey Mouse ears, and then it just looks silly. Then it's just Mickey Mouse wandering into a room and going, "Have you fellas heard about the darkness or whatever it was he'd said in Kingdom Hearts that has just gone around the internet like wildfire because it's ridiculous."
No.
There's just one small problem with all of this, and that is trying to imagine the current president, his reaction to entering a world like this. It's not going to be as happy a story, unfortunately. Enough of that. I don't know who this mouse villain is at all, because I looked up the voice actor. I have no idea who he is. But I did find out that former Doctor Who companion Sophie Aldred does a voice in this game, so this would make it the second JRPG I have played ever with a Doctor Who companion doing a voice, the first being Xenoblade Chronicles. Anyway, let's continue. Oh no, bad guys.
You're for it now.
Pressing R3 and locking on, that's fine. I only use the D-pad to do that. There you go. That's straightforward. Straightforward. What are you doing? Why are you standing in the back? You've got a sword. Tiny sword, but it's a sword. Combat so far does not feel very JRPG-ish. Roland, wait! The soldier's up ahead. What about him? The red uniforms. Those mean that those are elite guardsmen. Which means we don't want to mess with them, right? Well, perhaps if Nella were here, but... Nella? She's ever so strong and awfully kind, and she knows everything about everything. If she were here, we would have nothing to fear from the likes of them. She sounds like quite a woman. But for now, it's just the two of us. Which means we'll need to take a different approach. I'm so bad at American accents, I'm sorry. Do you really think we can do this? Stick to the bushes and move quickly and quietly. Sneaking around, avoiding the Mickey Mouse guards. They'll pay for this. As Goofy dies horribly. Gonna be careful here. This is where the problem was. I'm pretty sure I just walked straight into his line of sight, and that's what caused all that. Turn around. What was that noise? It's placed in a maze. These corridors look just the same as all the others. Nella says it's to confuse attackers. I guess that makes sense if you're being attacked by outsiders. You, kid, you understand all this. I don't, because I'm the president. We don't have castles in the US, except for, well, one's owned by the guards over there. I will not accept the villains of this game having Mickey Mouse ears. I just won't accept it. I'm sorry. Just cannot accept it. It's ludicrous. When L1 is held, the character you're controlling will block and... yeah. Can we do full on... let's test that. Oi. I'll test it. Attack me! That was easy. Oh no.
You!
Oh no, it's Gadget and she's pissed. What was wrong with being part of the Rescue Rangers? Why? Why do this?
Looks like the end of the road.
Oh, please tell me she's going to be part of the party. I want a full-on ninja in our party. That's totally. I'm totally on board with a full-on ninja.
Evan.
Oh, you're Nella. I'm the president. It's a long story. Anyway, okay, dodging. Okay. Oh, you have to press them together. Okay, that's cool. I understand. Battle system's fairly straightforward. It's pretty much just a Devil May Cry type thing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nella. I don't deserve your thanks. I should have reached you sooner. But today of all days, how could they? And who exactly are you? And how did you get into the castle undetected? I'm Roland, and I'm as curious about how I got here as you are. Roland helped me. He saved my life. I'm really just going full on with his accent. Because I can do a range of British accents, as you probably have noticed on the channel. American ones? No, not at all. Finally beginning to see reason, huh? Very well. If His Majesty counts you as an ally, then so do I. I'm going to be Lara now. 'Cause why the hell not? Forgive my suspicion. I am merely doing my duty. My name is Aranella, and I have served as Evan's governess since his birth. You're not just a governess, though. You're a bodyguard, too.
Yes.
I suppose you could say that, yes, although I've never had to prove it until today. What's going on, Nella? Chancellor Mousinger has started a rebellion. He means to kill you.
What?
Mousinger, but he was my father's most trusted advisor. I must speak with him. I must make him see reason. It won't work. This is no spur-of-the-moment uprising. This thing was planned. If he says he wants you dead, he means it.
But...
Aaronella, do you know of a safe way out of
Yes.
here? There's a hidden passage that leads to the sewers. I doubt many in the castle know of its existence. That door will lead us there. I just had, like, huge Dishonored 2 flashbacks. I just got... Okay, we gotta go lock a guy in the storeroom and just let him starve in there. It's a dog person, I think. It's hard to tell. I don't know if it's a Siamese cat or a dog. Mousinger's main I'm guessing it's a cat, because Persia sort of suggests that anyway. Mousinger's main target appears to have been His Majesty. This path of the castle is far enough away from the royal chambers to escape his attention. Those who are injured or unable to fight have been gathering here for safety. I think the soldiers probably know we're here with us. There's no way out, so they have us where they want us regardless. We're as good as prisoners.
Oh my.
Then I mustn't stay long. If I do, I'll be putting you all in danger. It is a Catwoman. Yeah. I don't know if these would be any of use to you, but I'd like you to have them. You obtained 5 pots of Soar Away. Okay. If you're not sure how to apply herbs of this kind, just come and speak to me. It's simple enough. It makes you less sore, so I'm guessing it's a healing item. Let's have a look. I was going to go check, and the next tutorial thing was that restores a little of the user's HP. There you go. Makes sense. I mean, I'm glad that they gave it a very straightforward name. You know, they said to be different, but they gave it a name that was still like... You can pretty easily figure out what it does, rather than certain other RPG manufacturers. I would say Square Enix, but because they've stuck with Potion for so long, it's not too bad, but some RPGs get weird. Hide, quickly! Well, but I don't wanna. Oh. Here he is. It's Mickey Mouse in a dark robe. That's all I'm picturing every time I see him now.
The Black Knight.
Incredibly imaginatively named Black Knight. That's the line. Did somebody mention the door to darkness? That's the one I was looking at. Anyway, if he's on the prowl, we can't very well go running blindly around the palace. We'll have to stay here a while and keep watch. But who is the Black Knight? Whoever he is, I don't much like the look of him. He's Mousinger's most trusted and most seldom seen underling. Very little is known about him, but it's rumoured that he gained great power through the use of forbidden magics. He's got this whole corporation behind him, and they're just buying everything. They own The Simpsons now. Have you heard that? Jesus Christ. Forbids me will die. And we need to be doubly careful not to draw his attention. Stop by making you a little less conspicuous. We're going to have to get rid of that gun. Because it's kind of out of place. You just keep pulling out this handgun.
Say.
You obtained a guard's greatcoat. I mean, it is a pretty great coat. I'd wear that coat. As long as I'm with you, you won't need to use it. But if anything does happen, so you're dead or captured, cool. Especially because you don't appear to be on the box like the other two are. Let's do some sneaking, I guess. And presumably we can just walk around. We can attack them if necessary, but I'd rather not. For now. We need to be attacking slimes and other assorted beasties that you encounter on the trail. Whoop. Don't mind us. I love how they don't know that this is the way, despite the fact that the door is wide open. But hey, what can you do? It's just an ordinary room. An ordinary room with a secret door. There's a switch around here somewhere. So if I go open up the maze, and I'll come sprint from the maze into the attic. I don't know. Just look, just because I was kind of giving her the Lara voice for no reason. Never used it myself, but I believe it's hidden in the bookcase. No, she doesn't really talk like that when there is voice acting.
Gosh.
Gosh.
Now.
Or something out of a movie. Or perhaps a video game. By the way, Evan, there's something I have to tell you. It's about your father. Chancellor Mersinger poisoned him.
What?
Poisoned him? No, he died of an illness. A rare, untreatable illness caused by poison. I'm sure there's an antidote. Oh wait, he's already dead. Well, I mean, maybe we'll find a necromancer. I don't know. Ah yes, the Ding Dong Well. I remember you. What's this? You obtained a dollop of crude sap. It's just going to constantly make sex jokes. There are a lot of shinies around here. Oh yeah. Love me some shinies. Oh no!
Not far now, Evan.
What are you? You are a sword. Hooray. So I'm guessing we've just got this guy right now. Can I give him a third sword? Yes, I can, apparently. Cool. I have all the swords. I'm triple wielding somehow. Even though I only have 2 hands. But what's this way though? Because looks like just a room. So maybe there's goodies in there? Gotta always check this stuff. Look at these weird creepy skeleton things. Yeah.
Far now, Evan.
Cool. What's in this chest? Is it something good? It's some bread. Freshly baked bread. Someone's freshly baked and put in a chest in a sewer. Because that's how these things work, I guess. So far my major complaint about the game is the lack of Welsh. Why is there no fairy going like, it's lovely, innit? And, you know, that's what I want from Ni No Kuni. It's the main thing I liked about the first game. It's drippy, being drippy. Proper tidy that is, man. And all that stuff. Not that I can really do a Welsh accent, unfortunately. I'm guessing I've got to go through this gate, because it seems to be the... Oh, there's a... Jesus Christ. I'm not very smart. Anyway.
Sure.
So we got... The gate's just wide open, and I'm like, how do I do things? I don't know. Cannot allow the skellies to live. Because after all, they should be dead, but they are not. They have been reanimated for some gross, unnatural end. Anyway, we have goo to fight. See, I said we got to fight some slimes. Like, I know how these things work. I've played JRPG.
What hurt are you?
Stop asking me if I'm hurt. Are you a nurse? No, you're a bodyguard. You're supposed to be a ninja. Oh no. It's a sinister laugh.
There you are, Your Majesty. Much
Yes.
as it pains me, I'm afraid I must ask you to relinquish your life.
But I like my life. I want to hang on to it.
It is terribly unfortunate, I concede, but your illustrious line ends here, today. There is nowhere to run. Come quietly, and you shall not suffer long.
I'll hold him off for as long as I can. Get out of here. Go. Now.
Nella! Just go. You are the kingdom's last hope, Evan. You cannot die here.
But I might, because I'm not on the box. Anyway. Oh no. And now the child is traumatized forever. So where are we going now? Okay.
What in the...
Hey fellas, have you heard about the door to darkness? Anyway. Oh no. Bossing his merciless man at arms. They're using alliteration. Things have gotten serious. You're no match for my gun. Oh no. And you kind of missed, like, quite spectacularly. It's quite terrible. Well, you still no match for my gun, so... Oh, can't do anything with that. I keep pressing circle. Not circle, cross. There you go. This is where he goes Super Saiyan. I think so. Certainly looks like it. Now imagine Mickey Mouse going Super Saiyan. And... well, that's what that looks like, I guess. Wait, right, okay. Like, there's so much, there's a lot to unpack here, should be said. Is this one of these you're supposed to lose the fight kind of fights?
No!
I just love that he's got a gun. It amuses me so much.
Damn it.
I told you. I knew she was gonna die. Because the whole, like, if something happens to me, then you'll have to use your arms band. So now it is time for some final thoughts. So one problem with playing the first 45 minutes of JRPG is that you barely get a sense of what the JRPG is like. But so far, it's pretty good. Like I've said a couple of times, I think the battle system did not feel like a JRPG. It just felt like something like Devil May Cry or something. But I also don't have a problem with that, so that's cool. Not quite sure about the whole Zing system. It's not... I'm sure it'll make sense if I actually sit down and have a look what was going on with that. Got the impression it was something like certain weapons are good on certain things. I'm sure it makes sense once you actually sort of play around with it a bit more. I think it's one of those situations where RPGs need to stop throwing things at you in text boxes and just make you try stuff out, because then you'll understand it a bit better. At least I do. That's how it works for me. But so far, I'm liking it. It's still very much a Ni No Kuni sort of vibe. It's been a while since I played the first one though, so maybe don't remember it that well in places. But like I said, my main complaint is the lack of a Welsh fairy companion, which was the main draw for Ni No Kuni 1. Just having this tiny little fairy man with a lantern hanging from his nose, being like, "Oh, there's lovely, innit? I'm a fairy, ain't I?" And it's just like, okay, I'm bored with this. The main thing I remember is the comedy show from the first game. That was great, because it just felt like they just dragged in some actual Welsh comedians and just went, do something, and it just, you know, it was great. I loved it. But yeah, it's pretty good so far. Like, graphically it looks really good. And I do remember the whole thing with Ding Dong Dell and all that kind of stuff. So I do like that they've kind of kept going with the whole weird animal people and all that kind of stuff, because it's kind of had a whole fairy tale vibe to it. As I kept mentioning throughout the video, I really love that Roland has a gun. I just love it, because he's from our world. That's how this works. He's clearly the president. He's just got a gun, and I just like the idea of this guy coming from our world into a fantasy world. He's just got a gun, and he's just using the gun. And I'm like, this is great. I never see this in those sorts of stories where like someone comes into a fantasy world and it's like, okay, I'm just going to use swords now because I'm in a fantasy world. No, I'm just going to straight up keep using my gun because it's there, and this magical thing replenishes its ammo. So hell yeah. So I'm totally on board with that. That's my main thing I like so far, is that he has a gun. It's a bit of a weird one, I know. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it, and I'm sure I will play some more of that as time goes on, because I did enjoy the first one a lot, so I expect to enjoy this one. I have played a teensy bit more of this. Oh no, it's not actually my first time playing this game. Sometimes that happens. So the last EGX, was it the last one or was it the one before? I played a demo of this at the PlayStation booth, and I know that there's going to be like some weird RTS stuff coming in later, and I know that you get little creatures that you can get to do your bidding, which was kind of like the first game had that. It was kind of like a Pokemon style system in that, but this looks more like if you took like a strategy game and Pokemon and kind of combined them. They had a silly name and I can't remember what it was. I remember like seeing the name in the demo and just being like, that's adorable, I love it. But none of that came into play at this point because, well, we played the first hour, and that's never enough in a JRPG. It's like, here are some of the most basic things you'll do. Here's a lot of plot, and then you go off and do your own thing. But it's very rarely that you can get a good representative view of what's happening there. But it was good. I enjoyed it so far. So yeah, that's cool. So if you have enjoyed this, though, then please like the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and consider supporting the channel on Patreon. And as the little thing that I put at the beginning of the videos now also says, I'm sorry I keep kind of shilling that, but you know, I would like to do a lot more with this channel, and the more that I make through that, the more it'll be invested into the channel and it'll become even better, that sort of thing. But yeah, you can also find me on Twitter at the Cheap Ferret. That costs nothing, of course. And you can also find me on the Geeky Brummy podcast every Saturday. That also costs nothing, but we have a Ko-fi for that, I believe. But again, that's entirely voluntary. But go see me on there. We talk about all sorts of stuff, and I also do a gaming roundup on the website, so keep an eye on that every Friday. Usually Friday, but sometimes I miss that Friday. But anyway, that's beside the point. The point is that I will see you again very soon with another edition of Ferret's First on Friday, because this should be going out on a Monday if I stick to my schedule. Yeah, cool. I'll see you on Friday then. Bye!